Well, hey friends, this is Jennifer, and this is the Jennifer Allwood Show, the podcast for women who want to find freedom in both their life and in their business. I own a multi-7-figure-a-year coaching business. I'm also a certified life coach. So I have the honor of helping thousands of women every single month make money in the online space and help them to get unstuck from whatever is holding them back, all without sacrificing their faith or their family. In this show, you're going to get the very best life and business advice, always with a healthy dose of Jesus. So buckle in, my friend. I'm so excited that you are here. Hey, you, Jennifer here. This is podcast episode number 305. I wasn't sure what to name this. I went with the title Social Media Manipulation, just because that's what I phrased this conversation in one of my mastermind groups recently. Basically, here's what happened. Okay, so I have a mastermind. It's called Next Level. You can go to creatorsnextlevel.com and get some information on it. So I was in the mastermind and I had somebody the other day, because I do live Q&As in there all the time. If somebody follows me on social media, do I need to follow them back? And I was like, ooh, no, you don't need to follow them back. It's like a form of social media manipulation if people follow you thinking that you're going to follow them back. This, by the way, was a really gross tactic that people used to grow their social media years ago. In fact, I had somebody suggest to me that I needed to do this exact thing. So basically, here's what they were suggesting. Go to Instagram, follow 20 different people every day, hope that they are going to follow you. And when they follow you, then you can drop following them. And the reason, by the way, is I am never a huge fan of you following more people than what follow you. Okay, let me say that again. When you're growing your Instagram, I'm never a fan of the number of people you follow being bigger than the number of people that follow you. So if you have, 800 people who are following you and you are following 1,500, go in and just do a clean out. You don't need to follow that many people. You don't see that many people's content anyway, but that's just me. There's something that happens mentally when I go to somebody's account and I see that they follow so many people, so many more than what have following them. I always think to myself, are they doing this? I'm going to follow a bunch of people and see if they follow me back. And then I immediately feel grossed out. So just don't do that. Go in and clean out your account so that you are following less people than follow you. Okay. So anyway, the question was, that was just a sidebar. It was a sidebar. And that was also a really weird voice. But the question was, so if somebody follows me, Jen, do I need to follow them back? And so the answer is absolutely not. Because here's what happens. I don't pay attention to the number of people that are following me. I don't know how many people have started following me this month, this year. I don't know. I mean, I know roughly, where we were at probably at the beginning of the year, a year ago on Instagram. On Facebook, I know I just lost 15,000 followers. Anybody else lose a ton of followers on Facebook? They apparently did a huge clean out of fake accounts on Facebook in the last month. So I just woke up one day and went from 365,000 followers down to 351,000 followers. That's a 14,000 drop. And I'm like, all right, well, it is what it is. You know what I mean? But I don't follow from day to day. I don't go look at the new people that follow me. And it might be easy for you to say, okay, well, of course you don't, Jen, because you've got a lot of followers. But the truth is, even when I didn't have a lot of followers, I wasn't going to see who follows me. I don't pay any attention to that. I don't pay any attention. I pay attention to how I can serve people. I don't pay any attention to who's following me and try to think through that game of, do I follow them back? Just don't do that. Okay. Let me give you some other examples of social media manipulation or business manipulation in general that I want to help you with today. Okay. So if you have a friend who's maybe launching something, do you have to share it? The answer is no. The answer is no. And if you are someone who's listening to my podcast today and you're like, I just launched a course, Jennifer, and I can't believe that my mother-in-law, she didn't even share it. Listen, you should not expect the people in your world to share on their social media anything you're doing. If they do, I want you to just consider that like a sweet little love gift. Just consider that like they just did you a solid, but you should never expect people to share what it is that you're doing. You should never expect them to comment on your things. You should never even expect them to follow you. That's manipulation. You're thinking that because your relationship is, in this position, that instinctively they should do this. And it just honestly, that is a form of manipulation for you to think in that way. So don't expect people, and I apologize if you just heard the doorbell there. Don't expect people to share your things, to buy from you, to any of that stuff. Like, it's just gross that it taints the relationship. Okay. Another thing people ask me, do I need to respond to every comment that I get or every DM I get? Absolutely not. You will be responding to things for way too long, guys. And even if you have a social media following that's not huge, it's like a small mentality thinking I have to respond to everything. I want you to start behaving now as if you're almost like where you want to go in the future. That time, and even if you're like, well, Jen, I only got 10 comments, this week or today or whatever, like, still though, like if I go to somebody's account and I see them respond to every single comment or like every single one, I'm like, no, they're thinking about it wrong. You don't have to do that. That's not the way social media works. Do I need to share somebody's content if they shared something of mine? No, again, no. Do I need to reshare Instagram story where somebody shared me? No, you do not have to do that. Those are all it's manipulation. And by the way, manipulation is a form of witchcraft. There's that. So no, don't do things expecting something back, or also expect other people to do things just because of what you've done. Like it shouldn't work that way. Okay. It shouldn't work that way. And if you're getting all bent out of shape because people aren't sharing your stuff, they're not buying your things, the people that your sister-in-law, your cousins, neighbors, friends, boyfriend, don't do that. Don't do that to them. Don't set those expectations for people. Okay. There's so many other things that are going on social media. There's that mob mentality. It's also just so gross. If people are commenting a certain way, do I have to join it? No, you don't have to do nothing. If people are all posting about a certain thing, do I have to? No, you don't. Listen, inquire of the Lord. What do you want me to do? Lord, what do I need to do in this situation? Do I need to comment, or am I just literally adding fuel to the fire? Do I need to post about this, or is this not something that you want me to be getting involved with on social media? We should not feel like we have to respond to everything, that we should have to comment on everything. And it's gross when people roll into my DMs and they're like, well, I haven't heard you say anything about this. Well, I haven't heard you say anything about that. And my response is always, listen, I only speak on the things that I feel like God is giving me permission to or instructing me to. The end. It's manipulation. People are trying to manipulate you into talking about things and posting about things that you have no business getting involved in. So listen, I hope that this was helpful today. I hope that somebody feels like they just got set free, that they were thinking they had to do all those things. That have to do is a really dangerous mentality. You don't have to do anything. You're building your own business right now, friend. That means you can do it any old way that you want to. You don't have to share anything you don't want to. You don't have to post anything you don't want to. You don't have to respond to every comment if you don't want to. You don't have to share something if somebody shares your stuff. Stop feeling like there's all these shoulds, because there is not. There literally is not. Okay. So this is just one of the things that I hope I can help you with as we are finishing out 2022. And if you are really wanting to level up your business in 2023 and you need some more strategy just like that, if that set you free, go sign up right now for my Level Up Bootcamp. It's at jenniferallwood.com/levelup. It's a 4-day boot camp. It costs virtually nothing, the cost of maybe 2 coffees, maybe. But it's a 4-day boot camp where we're going to walk you through how you can level up your business in 2023. And by the way, we still have a lot of 2022 left. Okay. So go over to jenniferallwood.com/levelup. I will see you there in the boot camp. Have a good one, friends. Bye-bye. Friend, thank you so much for listening to the podcast again this week. I'm so honored that you come back for every episode and that you share the Jennifer Allwood Show with your friends and family. Every time I see you guys post about it on Instagram or Facebook or something, it just makes me do a little happy. So thank you. Make sure that you subscribe to the podcast if you never want to miss an episode. So you can go to Apple Podcasts or Stitcher or Spotify or any of the other podcasting places and subscribe each week so that every week you get the new episode when it releases. So just know that I love bringing you relevant content. I love bringing you great guests. And one of the ways you can help us here at Team Allwood is by leaving the podcast a review. So if you have just a second to do that, would you go over and leave a review for the Jennifer Allwood Show? Thank you again. You're amazing. I'm honored to be here. Until next week. Bye-bye.